Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a good one for you today. We're going to be covering SBI and large-scale mergers in the works. BIS talks about new developments with payments and digitalization, and the ECB president, Christine Lagarde, lets you know what the central banks really think about Bitcoin. Let's roll that beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today. 1.456 trillion is where we are collectively for the cryptocurrency market cap. Bitcoin coming in at $47,956.80. Ethereum $1,806 today, and Cardano is 86 cents right now. And number 5 spot, courtesy of dereliction of duty by the SEC. XRP is at 57 cents, taking a breath. It was pumping hard over the weekend. We will see if it kicks back. I do believe, if memory serves me right, we want to watch for XRP to get in that 62, 70 cent range, and then we can start talking about that next big move up. So we will keep an eye on that. Let's go ahead and get started this morning. Blockchain firm aims to build crypto city in Nevada desert. Now, this is not new news, okay? This has been around for a minute, and I just wanted to show this because we haven't talked about it in quite a while, and I know that there's, 400 or 500 people joining the channel and joining the community every day, so I want to make sure that you guys know that there is a huge modern new version of, let's call it, the new Silicon Valley being built. Blockchain CEO Jeffrey Burns is petitioning Nevada lawmakers to allow his company's 67,000 acre property to operate as a smart city. How about that one? All right, let's keep it moving. It's going to get busy quickly. So DJ Peter Vass, PayPal wants to become the world's next super app. I tell you what, it's nothing like invigorating a company with a new source of revenue, and that new source of revenue is cryptocurrency, baby. So this is exciting because the traditional firms, and PayPal at this point, since 98, is now considered a traditional legacy company, even though they're using apps and tech and those types of things. This is exciting to see the big players moving into space, and it doesn't stop there. Retail offerings from Deutsche Bank is planning to offer a variety of institutional crypto-related services with retail offerings in the pipeline. Everyone is building and setting up the infrastructure to launch this new digital asset class, which is going to be a part of crafting the fourth industrial revolution. Don't believe that. It's still true. Looky here. This builds to a narrative we're going to today. Mexican companies want to follow Tesla into Bitcoin investment. Oh, I bet they do. And they're not the only ones. We've seen state municipalities now working to bring crypto and Bitcoin into employment payouts, right? We've seen situations where people are proposing that some of the state municipalities in the United States consider bringing an investment in a part of their allocation of their municipal bonds and things of that nature into a portion of crypto or Bitcoin. That, to me, is exciting, but it raises a much larger conversation that's building here. And by the way, the skeptics are all in too. Look at this guy. Yeah, Mark Cuban predicts blockchain is the new internet. Well, geez, walking out on quite a thin limb there, are you? Over 10 years into the space here, Mark Cuban has not been a fan of Bitcoin and has been very much vocal about the fact that he's opposed Bitcoin and this, that, and the other. But you see a tide turning. What is it? I heard this from a lot of places, but most recently I heard digital asset investors say it. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they attack you, then you win. And that's exactly right. And that's exactly what I see here. We're winning. We're winning big time. And Ripple reveals push to expand institutional XRP liquidity in Asia in the APAC region, launches hiring a spree of Ripple X job openings. And we will keep an eye on that as that develops. This is the article And it just basically says, assist the team with developing, managing relationships with market makers, brokers, exchanges, and other institutional market participants with a focus in the APAC region, which is the Asia Pacific market. So when we look at this, but look at what they're looking to do, managing in relationships with market makers, brokers, exchanges, other institutional market participants, because why? Because they're going to use the hell out of it. That's why. You're right. So, and while that's happening, we're seeing SBI, Japanese financial giant, is reportedly considering large-scale foreign mergers and acquisitions to set up joint crypto venture. How about that one? Let's look at this article here. Yoshitaka Kitao is no joke over there. I mean, this guy is a massive business guy, and he has been working in this space for a long time. If you're not aware, SBI, Yoshitaka Kitao, early investors in Ripple and R3. So there's a huge connection there. He sits on a board in China as well for digitalization. So this is big news when he's doing things. SBI CEO Yoshitaka Kitao said the Japanese company is in talk with other financial firms to launch a crypto venture. The executive said SBI currently has 2 potential deals as a part of the initiative. SBI is considering large-scale mergers and acquisitions. Kitao stated that such a deal would be necessary for SBI to maintain its position as a leader in financial services company. Now, just a note, he did not go on to say which institutions it would be. SBI plans on the upcoming global crypto venture were apparently pushed by major financial institutions like Tesla and MasterCard announcing the crypto-related plans last week. So we'll look for who those potential partners may be and those mergers and who they are with. We don't yet know, but you can see the stage being set here. This is moving to a irreversible moment. And to add to all of this, the Central Bank of Central Banks, BIS, is saying forthcoming new developments in the area of payment services and digitalization. Really? They highlight here that in 2021, there will be a review of Second Payment Services Directive adopted in 2015 and transposed into national legislation at the beginning of 2018. The new law on payment services and payment systems and analysis of the results of the directive's implementations is expected to cover the following areas: updating the requirements to technical solutions used by payment service providers for strong customer authentication, which are to ensure high-level security to customers while being convenient and user-friendly. So, smooth, interoperable, that's what we're looking about. Profitable. November 2020, the European Commission put out the digital finance package, and it's related to the development of instant payments, digitalization, financial services support of secure, profitable, and interoperable payment solution within the single market. Well, that is the Bank of International Settlements. Don't forget that they are also together and have all the central banks, not all of them, but the majority of the largest central banks working with them in the BIS Innovation Hub, which is to bring this digitalization to payments for the banking and financial system. So it just keeps moving to that place, and it really does get to a place where you hear people like Hester Peirce making big narrative that we need clarity. We need clear crypto rules. And this just isn't for Ripple and XRP, right? We need clarity for the entire space. You know, we've had people lean into what these assets are. We've had William Hinman from the SEC formerly lean into what he thought Bitcoin and Ethereum was and stop short there. We've seen case-by-case basis on EOS and Kitcoin and things of that nature. This is not how it's done. We need when clarity is said, what I envision is we need a unified framework. And everyone can figure out how they fit, along with the market regulators can help you understand where you sit in that unified framework. That's what we got to have. And it's getting more and more evident every day. Now, this is a huge narrative to think about as well. While all of this is happening, we're seeing Tesla, we're seeing other MasterCard and other companies really take huge positions either in getting ready to offer crypto or the companies themselves taking a position for their own portfolio. Dan Nathan, the founder of Risk Reversal Advisor, says that the U.S. government will not keep allowing corporations like Elon Musk's Tesla to replace dollars with Bitcoin. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, yes, he did. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree with him. You know, this whole get you a position, and you see these companies taking a huge position, these investment funds, and these assets truly have not been defined. Well, instead of me going on and on about it, why don't I just let you hear this from Digital Asset Investor? This is Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, which manages over 19 countries in the European Union. Let's listen to what she says about the idea of Bitcoin and central banks.
Particularly Bitcoin. I think you once said that Bitcoin's funny business needed proper regulation. And this is a week in which we learned that Tesla holds a lot of Bitcoin and plans to accept payments in it. Is this sensible?
Well, first of all, I think it is not a currency. I'm very sorry to say. I know that some people argue that it has two attributes of the three that constitute a valid currency, but I think it doesn't. It might have one. It certainly doesn't have two. And it doesn't have the stability that would be required in order for it to be a currency. It is in our view and in our analysis of what it is today, it's a digital asset. It's a crypto asset. It's one that was established back in 2009 by libertarians and the hopeful of a completely decentralized universe that would be completely anonymous. I think it has in many ways been exploited in a funny way. Yes. I claim that character.
So I can't resist. There's a question from a subscriber, Harry, and I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How likely are the world central banks to hold Bitcoin as part of their reserve currency?
Very unlikely. I think I would say it's out of the question, actually.
Out of the.
Ooh. Now listen, here's the deal. This isn't just a crack on Bitcoin. Okay, this is to let you understand where the mindset of a central bank president is coming from. And my point earlier about seeing Tesla and other companies take positions and investment funds take positions on Bitcoin in their portfolios. Well, let me tell you something. Central bank just told you this is not money and it's not going to be held by a central bank. And it's missing the three components that make up money, which is a store of value, a unit of account, and a medium of exchange. That's what makes a currency. And she's saying it may have one of those things, two or maybe, but it doesn't have all three. And I think in my mind, if I was a corporation, even though I could see the upside for the MicroStrategies and the Teslas of the world and those things, I still have to say to myself, if they haven't come clean and said that this is money, and the regulators are still not clear about what this whole entire asset space is, let alone Bitcoin itself, you know that there's a $1.4 trillion lawsuit with Tether that could widely affect cryptos and certainly affect Bitcoin. I have to say that there's something hanging out here, and I don't like the looks of it. That's going to do it for me. We're going to leave it right there. I mean, this is something to follow very closely. I don't know what to say, but some days you wake up and you see news and you say, you know, what would a unified framework for digital assets really look like? And how would it affect the space going forward? Specifically in this question, how would it affect proof of work tokens like Bitcoin? That's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Make sure you share with somebody you know. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. By the way, big news coming from Unstoppable Domains. Make sure you check out that link. You may want to get your own .crypto name. They've just hooked together with some massive search engines and website protocols, and the news is going to be massive, and I think it breaks tomorrow, so stay tuned for that as well. I'll catch all of you on the next one.